early. Welcome back to another episode of Early. We got a special guest in the house,
we do, man.
We got a special guest in the
Family.
house. Y'all know him.
In the house.
Y'all know him. It's Baspy, John J, back in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Full circle. I don't even got the board today.
Don't even got the board, so we barely recognize him.
Right.
But man, I can't even tell you how good it is to have you back in here, man. Welcome, bro. Fill us in, man. What you been up to? How are things? What's going on with you, bro?
Thank you, man. I appreciate being here.
Of course.
You know, it's an honor. I know
it's a long time coming, man. You should have been like, why did it have to take you 2 years? Not you, but like
it
took
120 episodes.
Yeah, it took 100 years to get it back in here. Yeah, that's it. Like, does the place look the same? Does it look different? Like, what's the vibe?
Nah, I told you I walked in like, yo, what is this? Really nice upgrades. This is what 120 episodes should look like.
Facts.
We got lights on the ceiling. It's real clean in here. I like it, man. So congrats to y'all for real for the consistency.
Appreciate that. But enough about us, man. Back to you. What you been up to, man?
Man, I've been working a lot, bro. You know, I'm gonna talk a little bit.
Yeah, do your thing.
I'm not working corporate no more. I was doing that for 3 years, but I'm officially full-time DJing. So
congrats on that leap.
You know, that's what I've been doing since March. Really on the grind. I'm in the corporate world of DJing, so my main focus has been like these weddings, corporate gigs, community engagement, things of that nature. Because really, I feel like once you have things within the community and they see you and they know you're good at what you do, they'll get behind you.
Yeah.
You know, and they'll always reach out for you. Anything, you know, people looking for whatever. Oh, I know a guy. Oh, I know a great company. So
that word of mouth goes a long way. Like, I feel like just from a business standpoint, once you get the ball, like it's getting the ball rolling. You know what I'm saying? Once you get the ball rolling, you know what I'm saying? Like attracting business starts to get easier. Do you find that?
I was blessed to, you know, jump into a ball that was already rolling.
Facts.
My fault. I'm gonna try not to do too many of those things. Watch my verbiage. But yeah, you know, I met a guy by the name of DJ Genius, great fellow. He has a company called Benefactor Events. And, you know, when we first met, we didn't know each other. We met each other through other people. So like everybody would be like, yo, you got to meet this guy, DJ Genius. And like, he was telling me, yo, people were telling me I got to meet this guy, Bosby. And I'm
right.
And in my mind, I'm like, yo, who's he? Like, I don't need to meet. He was like, in his mind, he was like, yo, forget him. Like, I'm the guy, you know. But once we met up, it was like, oh, nah, this is supposed to happen. You know, so I was leaving the corporate world, and he's jumping into it. You know, he has a family now, and he's, you know, trying to settle down. So he's like, yo, would you be willing, you know, to take over my business? And you know, like, you're good at what you do. You already have like a little connection with the community. And I like your vibe. So let's get this going. And I'm slowly becoming, you know, the lead operator for Benefactor Events. And I'm also part owner. So
that's dope,
you know,
bro.
It's been quick.
Yeah. That's how
it happened within 6 months, but it's like, it's been a true blessing. That,
nah, bro, that's how
I'm curious to know, like, what was it after you met him? What was it that you saw that was like, oh, this should have happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, what were you all on the same page? Like, what was it?
I think it was the fact that I jumped into DJing with like no mentorship. Like, I've really been on my own. I've had people that I reach out to, you know what I'm saying, for pointers or help or whatever, but like no one that's really like sat and wanted to teach me and put me through the right channels so I know really how to run a business or how to really make DJing be a full-time thing. Yeah. So once, you know, we first met and he was already like, yo, let's go downstairs and just jam out. Like, he has turntables. I've never DJed on turntables. So like, he was like, yo, let's just go, let's rock out. And he started showing me immediately just little things, little tricks. And I was like, damn, like, I ain't even ask you. And you're already just trying to show me the way. So that is what, you know what I'm saying, pretty much put it in my head. Like, yeah, I gotta rock with this guy because he's genuine and he really wants to help me, you know, reach a level that I'm trying to get to.
I want to talk about that actual transition when you said you actually left corporate and then wanted to get into this full time. Why did you finally decide that at the time that you did, as opposed to maybe a year ago or 2 years ago, or what was
Yeah,
it?
like what made the timing right?
Was this simultaneously happening with that, and you're like, yo, I can see my time getting stretched, so let me do it? Or was it more so on some, I feel as if I've cultivated community through doing what it is that I'm doing. I also think that I've shown consistency and also like quality as in terms of a DJ. So maybe it's just time to bank on myself, and I just want to dive in and see what's up. So like, how was that? Because leaving something that is stable, provides, that financial security to a degree, right? That you're actually like accustomed with, to now, obviously the goal is to grow with what it is that you're doing, but it's like, this is also a risk for the time being in the way that I need to set my foundation. So how is that? And knowing too that, shout out as well, I know you got engaged and the previous brother. So like, really shout out. So I like all of these life changes happening, so these is really important moves we making right now. So
that's a great question. And honestly, I think 2023 was just a year change period. Like you saying, like right in January, I get married, you know what I'm saying?
Bro.
And I'm in the midst of like at my corporate job, having that life changing thought of, all right, man, I don't know if this is going where I want it to go. I make decent money. I'm stable, and like you're saying, it's that steady income that I'm like, all right, that's why I'm still here. Like I love what I'm doing, but something doesn't feel right. Like I'm missing out on what I really want to do when it comes to like DJing and event curating and just being in the community when I'm here at this job all day, and the hours of the job just weren't really working for me. So in March, like it was really almost like fate, because I really didn't have like the plan like set in place of
you had the vision, but not like the steps.
Yeah, I didn't have the plan, but it was just one of those things where I was working, like my whole team was like literally leaving, like everyone was leaving, and this is the team that I kind of been with. And it was due to just the company's infrastructure not really, it wasn't what we went into when we first got there. So everyone's telling me, everyone on the team is like, yo, like, you can do it. Like you can do it. And I'm like, I think, what, I'm gonna shout out my man Shawnee P. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you know about
our man. That's my guy too. Yeah.
That's who I was working with. And he was like, I do think you kind of have a good enough infrastructure around you, like with DJing, you get enough gigs to where like it'll be hard, but you can make it happen.
Yeah.
I mean, and I was like, you know what? Yeah. But I'm like, you know what? Nah, so I talked to my moms, I talked to my brother, you know what I'm saying? I'm letting everybody know, like, yo, I think I'm gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny, what really like even pushed me over the edge was knowing that when I never took vacation at work. Like real life. And like Sean always tried to get like, dog, you need to go somewhere, do something. Everybody at work was like, yo, Deuce, go. I'm like, I'm good. Like, never took vacation. So I had hella bread like sitting. To where if I leave the job, they got to give me all that cheese. So it was like one of those things where I was like, you know what? Okay, this can hold me. You know what I'm saying? It gave me a little more cushion. You know what I'm saying? To hold me so I could really get a base to where, all right, in 3 months, 3-4 months, all right, the DJing money is what's
tough.
You feel me? So it was like, it was really just fate. And like God was like, bro, like you got this cushion. You know what I'm saying? Extra cushion at that. And you can really get it going. Robert, man, I can't. I'm sorry.
Good. I
appreciate it though. So I think, it was knowing that I had the infrastructure and community around me that was like willing to push me to do it. And I had kind of built something already, right? Like I have a few residencies that, I know what I need monthly.
You weren't starting from like complete scratch.
Exactly. Right? That's why I couldn't do it years before, because I was still, man, like me and my shawty would, write the goals out. What's your goals this month? I want to have like 5 gigs this month. My goal was 5 gigs. And now, thank to God, thanks to my work, I have 5 gigs a week. You know what I mean? Like I have 10, 15 a month. You feel me? And that's still not that much.
Right.
It's the fact that I am doing these corporate gigs that are able to, supplement for me having to have like 30 gigs a month.
100%. And you get to see that in real time, the growth.
Yeah, and it's like really, it's real growth. And it's like I really do see myself being able to get to that point where I can have 30 gigs a month, but I don't need it. But it's still a goal of mine, is to be able to like see that filled up schedule. You know what I'm saying? Of like good work. So right now having half that and like being able to maintain, it's really been, it's taken me, it's weird because I kind of don't count the years of COVID as like working DJ years, because we were stuck in the house for like 2 years. So, when I was really starting to take off and like DJing at Velvet Lounge, like, and really getting in there.
Rest in peace, Velvet, man. Right. Yeah, I remember one of the last time I went in there. Yep, you was definitely spinning.
Bro, big shout out to Juice, man. Like he was, the guy at Velvet who like saw, and he was like, bro, I'm gonna have you come back. I like you. Like, let's keep it going. And then the pandemic hit, and like I was just like, damn, bro. Like I was really finally getting into DC, making a stamp for myself in the right scene in DC, right? And then pandemic
life
shut everything down.
That's
right. I felt like I had to start back over. You know what I mean? So,
I do feel like I hear what you're saying for sure, right? The pandemic really changed things for a bunch of different industries, but definitely especially when your main thing is or where your industry is events and parties and people, gatherings and bringing people together. But do you remember something that I remember about the pandemic? And then even with you, those like live DJ sessions that people would have like on Instagram Live or like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever kind of streaming thing. Yeah. I feel like those put a lot of people on the map too. I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
100%, man. Like I can't stunt on that and say like, if I was more diligent with like being on Twitch. And like live streaming, I could have probably did some things, right? Because I seen a lot of people do it.
Right.
I just didn't feel like I had the right setting. You know what I mean?
You were also still like you were still coming up. You were still working, but also you probably weren't like the amount of comfortability you have with as a DJ. And then a lot about being a DJ is feeling what the crowd is digging. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a big part of it. And I'm sure that's developed more as you've gotten more experience with it. But say if you're like newer back then, it's harder to just kind of like get a sense of what, because you're not even really feeling what the people are doing that are watching. Even if you have a lot of people watching, you don't see all of them. You know what I'm saying?
See the comments.
Yeah.
Like the number of people.
But you don't see what they're vibing to. You don't see if they're not in their head. Like,
I did great live streams on Instagram. Like, don't get me wrong.
I saw a couple that were like popping.
Lit. Like I had some really good ones, but at the end of the day, it still was never the same. Like it wasn't the same as being out, like really feeling that. And I wasn't that savvy to have like multiple screens to like, comments over here.
Yeah.
Like, it was a lot, man. Like in my setup, I didn't have like speakers to hear my music. So I'm literally like just playing internally.
Hoping it's like,
really? You wasn't listening to what you were playing. You just kind of saw the track.
Kind of like playing the music and transitioning on the fly. Like I'm getting no feedback.
Yeah, that's interesting.
The way you had to do it is like, like just like with this.
Yeah.
It was tough, man. Like I had fun with it, but it just was not the same.
It wasn't the same. Yeah,
I did. It's funny,
and not to say like I was not trying to make it seem like it was. It's just more. I remember that time, that moment where because even I remember when me, Alex, and Teresa, and you did you like DJ'd our like live events. But when we went from that to doing like Instagram lives, I remember that was just like an opportunity because a lot of people were tuned into those. And I think something made me like recall that moment in time, like earlier this week. I'm just like, damn, like 2020 was a crazy time. 2021 was a crazy time because we were doing a lot of things on the internet. And people were just, consuming a lot of shit on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, 100%. But a lot of connections were made at that time. Like I remember, I think I was telling you, I can't remember if I was telling you or somebody else, but there was people that I met through those live streams. You know what I'm saying? That like I have connections and relationships with now.
Yeah, that's
But I met them like literally through an Instagram live that we were just doing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, I mean, you know, I think that was also the era of Clubhouse, right?
oh my God, yes,
So
absolutely.
much,
Absolutely.
so many relationships
Absolutely.
through a
100%.
phone.
Yeah.
You didn't even see this person.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
conversation,
I think that's kind of how like NFTs as a whole like thing kind of blew up, was because like
that's how we got a lot
Clubhouse.
of guests initially on this show.
Yeah. A lot of our early guests are like NFT creators and like some of the most popular people in the space, Andre Zunka and stuff like that.
Yazi, you know, shout out to Israel Wilson.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people.
A lot of like some of the most popular people, but again, just Clubhouse, just talking to him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was kind of on the same playing field. I remember being in a room with like Gary Vee. You know what I'm saying? Like
the wildest one was the Elon Musk joint. Like when he had first joined, and it was like
shut down the whole
shut
space.
down.
Week. Yeah. I remember being in a joint with it was like Kevin Hart, and everybody was like, he just let everybody come. Everybody was just like going in on like, oh, you've changed. Like he was just going in on him. He was just sitting there taking it. I mean, just like, you know, he was rebuttaling and shit like that. But it was interesting kind of hearing them go back and forth with regular people.
It was a time where you felt like you were just like them.
It's like early Twitter.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like 2011 Twitter or 2010 Twitter. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bro. I wanted to ask you, like, how do you go about, or how do you view cultivating community, or how you go about doing that? Like when you do these events and these shows, do you often what's the, I guess, you know, you have the events that I guess that you get booked to do, but is there a difference in terms of the events that you actually go out like, no, I want to do that. Like I want to spend that. And do you find, you know, similar faces, same faces pulling up? I also seen that this is kind of even extended into, I think, your Seeing Sounds playlist. Yeah. So like, when you even, you know, had the inclination to start doing that? Because I would feel that maybe you feel like, yo, I feel like a lot of people are in tune to what it is that I do. So I also want to show how I'm in tune to, you know, the shit that's going on around me. And, you know, so like, how do you go about this process?
Yeah, man. So Seeing Sounds has always been like something I've had in the back of my head, like that I wanted to do.
Right.
I wanted to have my own event because I knew in order to really just break through and do the cool parties and events that everyone's doing in DC, you got to make a name for yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know nobody, you know what I'm saying? Where I'm living at right now, I don't really know nobody that's in the city, like personally. I know people, but they're not my homies like that.
Right.
So Seeing Sounds is simple. Like it was just, I love it. Super NERD fan, right? And that was one of the first albums I heard of theirs. And I just love the concept of like music is something you hear, but if you're really tapped in, it could be something you see. You know what I'm saying? So that within itself was just like, all right, I need to create this party, this event, this playlist, this whatever, but it's going to be called Seeing Sounds. And right now it's still at an infancy stage. I think when I first brought it out, I was able to have events monthly, but it was due to a residency I had at a certain spot.
Okay.
It wasn't me being able to do something at an open venue that like I'm just creating.
Right.
It's like, all right, they already have me here, and I'm gonna do my due diligence to be able to bring people here because it was a pretty dead zone. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, it's a nice spot, but it's not a place that's known for people to go party at.
Right.
So
I gotta change the narrative.
Yeah, you know. So I was like, man, let me use the opportunity to already being booked here to just bring my baby here. Right. Which was cool. Like, you know, I had the first one was great. Had a lot of attendance. Like I sold out at RSVPs. It's still like a free thing, so I'm not charging nobody. And I think the first 4 or 5 months we did it, we were able to get like over 400 RSVPs, which is dope. Like that doesn't always translate to that same amount of people in the building, but
man,
it was just to be able to,
it shows the interest. You know, it shows the interest for sure.
Yeah. Need them emails.
A week.
Yeah, man. That's how I started thinking about
email
shit
list.
now.
That was a big fact.
At bare minimum, I got your email. If they come, I'm gonna mark it to your ass.
Big fact.
That's exactly where it's at. It's like, I still have all these emails in the tuck. So when we do bring it back, in which, you know, I'm gonna bring Seeing Sounds, the event series, back, but I'm moving it out of DC.
Okay.
you know, that's something.
Okay, that's under work. Say less. Say less.
And yeah, man, I think it's just me trying to show people what I want to do, what I really like listening to, what I really want to play. Like, because I love DJing, but I love music like way more, right? To where when I'm DJing, I want you to really like understand where I'm going with this music, like everywhere, bro. Everywhere.
I was about to say, what do you mean by that? Like you love DJing, but you love music more?
Because what got me into DJing was music,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like it wasn't me like having the desire to even DJ.
Or watching, Juice and be like, yo, look at the
like I
turntable.
I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't have that desire.
That's
Like,
real. That's real.
It was
okay.
It's a story I tell all the time when people ask me how I got into it. And I'm like, yo, me and my boy Shaney went to a party in VA. The music sucked. I plugged in my phone and I was cranking the whole party all night, like straight off the aux.
Right.
To where he was like, bro, why don't you DJ? Son, like, you know, I'm
right.
like,
I don't like what?
What? You know, I went to school for athletics and
I'm not right.
that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Bro, come on.
You know what it is growing up in an African household. It's like, bro, you got to do something
that's a job.
You know,
that's a job. Like DJ's not a job. Like that's a hobby.
Your parents got to know, like, oh, you're gonna get money. Bro.
Yeah.
You want to be a DJ? What do you?
Yeah.
Right.
Nah. You're supposed to DJ.
You DJ at parties. You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do during the day? You know what I'm saying? Like,
so it was definitely like just people bugging me, like, yo, like, I think you'd be good at that. You should really put your mind to it. So like when I actually did put my mind to it, then that's when I was like, all right, I wanted to learn the art. I wanted to understand how to DJ. So I did teach myself. But yeah, I'm sorry. I don't even know where the first.
I was asking, what you said you.
Oh, the music.
Yeah, like you love music.
So
you don't necessarily love DJing.
Really like music, right? And I grew up, like I'm saying, in an African household. So I listened to a lot of African music, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my parents, for some reason, I still don't get it, loved country music too. Right? So
that's interesting, man. I feel like a lot of older folks like country. I feel like country music was what like maybe like pop is now.
Yeah, like bro,
like it's like a lot of people just liked it.
Right.
Yeah,
you know,
like,
so
I used to watch the Garth Brooks VHS.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I think country music used to be a little more like edgy back then than it is now.
There's a radio station that my pops used to always listen to. I think he mainly did it because he would get the forecast and the weather and shit like that. But he would. Because definitely, you know, he had the Ethiopian station.
Yeah.
Tune into too. But 107.3, bro. This is
WTOP. My pops used to listen. It was mostly weather and news.
Let me tell you about this.
Weather and traffic.
So that's 103.5. I think that was a 107.3. I think, but back in the day, it was literally like they would have like alternative, the country, the pop, and all that, and it might drop a forecast, like shit, and like back to the jams type shit, and like literally, I'm so grateful for those moments because I'm not gonna hold you. When I hear these samples and when I hear all that, I'm like, bro, I be getting mad nostalgia. I be like, yo, I know that song, I know that song. Even Madden soundtracks
used to have
into the like them 03, 04, 05, goated. These are goated. Like that whole Green Day, the bad Avenged Sevenfold. I'm like, yo, bro, this is Metallica. I'm like, yo,
Blink 182 on that motherfucker.
Get into classics, bro. You know? That shit was dope.
Yeah, that's real, and I think that's really what I feel like with the music. Like I'm saying, like when I was young, I listened to everything. Like I love 93.9, 95.5, but I also listened to like what is it, Z100 or something.
Yeah. 99.5. They used to have, what was that joint? The Soft Rock 97.1 Wash FM.
Yeah, man.
You know, smooth jazz.
Yeah.
105.9. Yo.
Yes, bruh. Nah, man, the radio. We come a long way from. I know it, but it used to be
competitive as hell,
bro.
man.
When I tell you, bro, like first of all, like it's basically non-existent now. But
Russ Parr,
like when
all
we,
that
bro,
shit.
yeah, Russ Parr used to live down the street from my like literally.
Oh, word.
Like, he was my neighbor. I used to go to his crib. He was literally my neighbor. I remember when he moved in, it was crazy because I literally grew up on him in the morning. But fucking yeah, the nigga became my neighbor.
That's crazy.
That was crazy. That was crazy. But I remember, bro, like motherfuckers used to really love the radio. I remember, first of all, you would have to like that's the only way you're gonna hear the songs that you like. Like you would have to just like wait. You know what I'm saying? Like you might play it, like low key kind of like 106 in Park, 93.9 or and maybe 95.5 used to have like a at 7 o'clock we're gonna play like the top most the top 10 most requested songs throughout the day. So like okay, I'm gonna hear one of my like favorite songs in that little hour block. And then in the era of like recording tapes, we would just like record the whole like radio shit, right? And then like mark the songs that we like. Me and my sister, dog, we when we moved into like our new house, we had like a little intercom system. Me and my sister used to fucking like use the intercom like we were radio hosts. So we would just like talk shit and like play songs through the intercom throughout the whole house. You know what I'm saying? And like because we lived in a house where also like it was 6 of us, but we always had like cousins and aunts and shit living in the house with us. So like, everybody would just be either, if you didn't want to hear, you just turn your intercom down. But like motherfuckers would just be, and we would do this shit like every day. Like every day at like 7 o'clock. We would just, you know what I'm saying?
Radio station.
Me and my sister would just have our own little radio station and just like say shit. We would just like talk about what we went through that day and then play songs. And now look at me.
Hey,
now I do it with Brooke.
Yo, from this,
foreshadowing.
I'm learning this in real time. From that, I was literally still thinking about, this nigga is like with Russ Parr now.
Right. Bro. I am Russ Parr now.
I was like, did you realize that? That's so funny.
I'm weak. That's crazy because even at that time, I never knew podcasting would be a thing. But like even then, I was more like, cool with his kids. I never like thought, but I was like, so bro, like I grew up on him. So I whenever I would be like around him, I looked at him as like, kind of like we were talking about with teachers earlier. Yeah, right. It's like not somebody that I could talk to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He was like, he's somebody that my parents talk to. And you don't want to talk to me. Because I definitely would have like asked him a bunch of shit about like, how do y'all do this? Like, because at first he was just a voice, you know what I'm saying? For a long time. And then I even saw some of his, Donnie Simpson. I got to meet Donnie Simpson. Shout out to CH. I got to meet him one time. Everybody, bro. It's very interesting. I've met a lot of like radio legends, but it's interesting getting to put like the face to the voice. You know what I'm saying? Because like the voice is something that I like for the longest time I didn't know any of these people by face, and then you see them and it's like, oh, like there's a person here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, let's get into. I'm kind of curious. So we were talking about like what we all kind of grew up on radio wise back in the day, but I'm curious to know like what you're fucking with now. Like what are some artists or songs or genres that you seem to be like really tapped into right now? And I mean, even also I'll add a little caveat to that like people might not be hip to. You know what I'm saying? Like what are some sleepers out there that you think?
Artist wise,
genre wise, anything. Anything. Wherever you want to take that.
All right. So for me, I think right now I'm really into like not fast paced, but like more dancey.
Okay.
Housey,
Okay.
Which is like I was gonna get into like when I was in college is when I really started listening to more house dance music in college, and it was very weird because I'm going to all black school.
Right.
Like,
wait, they wasn't listening to house and shit like that. They was listening to hella house and like in Hampton. I went to Hampton, so like
you were in different. I was in North Carolina.
Yeah,
so it was heavily influenced by
the locale is different.
Yes. I mean, Virginia's southern too. Virginia's kind of
Thug. You know what I'm saying? Waka Flocka when it was first coming out. Like, that's what the radio was out there. There was old house dance music.
When I was in college, the radio was. I remember 2 Chainz. I remember Future. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like who made that Racks on Racks joint? That was crazy when YC like Racks on Racks was probably like I mean, that's also like Swag Surf time. Like those were like the anthems when I was in college.
That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? But that's when I started listening to that shit. So I think for right now, when it comes to DJing, primarily, like I'm really into a lot of that edits. Like I love DJ edits. Like I ain't gonna lie, DJs is really making songs better.
Yeah,
big facts. Big facts.
100%. I love that shit.
So
I know original producers might be tight sometimes. Like, you some motherfucker.
yeah.
How do you think they feel about that type of shit? Because like, if your song is more popular, but it doesn't get credited as a different song. Like, I'll as an example, K Tronada got this one Tidra Moses mix. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I've never even heard the original, and I don't care to, and I do not care to. But is that still Tidra Moses' song, or is that K Tronada's song?
It's
like
K Tronada's edit. So if you're playing,
who's getting the money for that? That's what I'm saying.
On the radio, that's a great question. I don't know, because he might have gotten rights through her to where she still gets paid for her vocals.
But he also does too.
That's case to case though, I would say though, right? Like even like the artists that made the current song today, they can be receiving a majority of the royalties, but if the artist previously has went about it in a way that they do own their masters, it's kind of like I am setting the conditions in which we can do this.
Okay.
Like if I own that, you have to come to me and I'm cool with that split. And now I eat in perpetuity. You can eat, but I'm eating too.
For example, great example right now, Foggy Raw, right?
Right. Shout out Foggy.
He gets that cosign from Alicia.
Right.
From who? Give me hip. I don't know what you're
Alicia Keys.
You know Foggy Raw?
That I know Foggy Raw. He made that joint in the diner with Alicia Keys did what?
On the IG.
What did you do?
They were sitting together on this piano playing.
No way.
It was so crazy.
Nobody has been clear to ever Alicia sample. But that man. Yeah. Because she fucked with it that hard.
Yeah.
Because
that joint did go like stupid viral. Like
it was like he had to fight also to probably get that cleared.
Okay.
She was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I got you.
Interesting. Right? I did not know that.
Because she has those rights to that song. Not the label. Alicia does.
Yeah.
So that comes, to where now she's like, oh yeah, it's so viral. Why wouldn't I want?
Yeah. Just 100%. And that's kind of what I guess that's what you were saying before with like those edits when they'll make the song better. It's like to a degree, I feel like as an artist, do you want you know what I'm saying? It's like you changed what I made. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like what I made is what I made. But now you changed it.
But if it's better, it's better. Look at Beyonce.
Yeah.
A DJ made a wedding remix, right? Like what song is it originally? Is it
the Frankie Beverly and Maze joint?
No. It's the Cuffin' song, right? But he put the Wetter instrumental from, I believe, what's the fast rapper from Chicago?
Twister.
Yeah. From Twister.
Oh.
Right? He mashed it up.
Oh.
And that joint got so big.
Yeah.
Beyonce actually remade the song with that instrumental.
There you go.
He got the credit.
Oh shit.
The DJ got the credit for that, right?
So okay.
You get those instances.
Yeah.
And you get my boy, I'm not gonna say my boy, but a great DJ by the name of Matthias, who just did Boiler Room. He made a remix to a Beyonce song that is getting played around the world by all the biggest DJs, right? So where in my mind, I'm like, shit, she might just remake the song. And he'll get the credit.
Yeah.
Because if it's that dope and people are resonating with it,
who are you to be like, that's not what I made. Like, that's not how it was meant to be played.
This joint sounds good.
And especially,
I like it.
And especially if you Beyonce, it's like, man, you're going to control that brand.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's like, you're going to do that.
100%.
But I was also going to even speak to, but then you also do have the people where it's like, they don't have the platform.
I'm about to say people who don't have
any money,
who are still trying to make a name for themselves.
They're just like, yo, vibe.
Yeah.
Like they'll be like, just post it on the IG or the Twitter. And you'll be like, yo, what the fuck? This is hard as shit. And they're like, yo, I know I'm not eating or whatever. Maybe the artist will tap in and be like, yo, send me some beats. Like I'm just open to working with you now. So it'd be like, I feel like different levels and different intentions with people that we actually even drop the DJ edit.
It's also, I've seen a couple instances though, where like somebody will feel like they were slighted or something. There's something that comes to my brain, but I can't.
I mean,
in this moment,
example is like of us talking about, DJ edits. Me being a DJ, I see a lot of DJ Twitter. DJ Twitter is the fucking trenches.
Everybody basically sees their respective timeline.
It's so funny, yeah. Like it's like every different side of Twitter has its own like trench.
I think DJ Twitter might be the most toxic place.
Really? Why is that?
Man, like I love DJs, but some people are just like, bro, you need to relax.
Like I sampled this joint first. Like this is my set. That's like it's so funny how people would be like, this is my set. Like dog, like
rude and just like I'm like, it's not that deep.
Yeah,
right.
Rarely ever.
Like you were inspired by like you're claiming inspiration. Like you know what I'm saying? Like how can you claim inspiration?
So pretty much what was recently going viral was like, oh, they're like, man, you DJs playing like DJs edits, you gotta tag them. Like how they gonna get on if you don't tag them? Like now you're doing great. You're on Boiler Room playing someone else's edits, and you're not tagging them. I'm like, I get it.
Right,
I do get that sentiment.
I hear that.
And that's something like if I do a gig and I'm playing edits, because right now I don't make my own joints. I don't make my own edits. Like, I find dope ass edits and I play them.
Right.
If that joint goes viral, like, and I didn't happen to tag the dude, I'm gonna try and fix that.
Yeah.
Somehow get the credit where it's due. But like sometimes a lot of DJs are in the moment, bro. Like we just spinning.
Right.
And a nigga just post something.
Yeah.
And I'm like in real time, I'll post something without tagging it for Like,
Right.
And then I'm like later on, like, damn, I should have tagged that.
Yeah.
But I'm in the zone. Like I'm not even thinking, right? So I get both sides of it. But
I feel like that's something that social media has done again, where it's like trying to police like innocent, like, you know what I'm saying? Some things are like, we're not thinking as deep as you would like us to. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of things happen in the moment, and then it's easy to come back behind and be like, oh, you should have did this. It's like, okay, I hear you, but don't like scream at me about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was an honest mistake. You know what I'm saying? If it's like, repeat offender, maybe something, but also you don't. Dog, virality is such a crazy thing. You don't know what's gonna take. Because, you know what I'm saying? So like, it could be the one where it's like, look, let me just get this shit off before I forget. You get it off, and then it goes viral, and people are like, oh, like you didn't do this, and it's like, dog, I didn't think it was gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I've tweeted 1,000 things before this that did nothing. You know what I'm saying?
On the flip side, I could be a DJ and I could be like, all right, nigga, should I have not played it?
I won't play it again. So, matter of fact,
I won't do it again. So,
like, put it in the trash now.
If you cannot get the footage and go put it on your shit to show that your shit was getting played. It's kind of like, again, we can have the conversation about a lot of things about what somebody should do or what you would do.
Exactly.
Like I would move differently, but I'm not about to criticize somebody viciously for not marketing for me.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody heard my shit.
Yeah.
But definitely, like, I do feel you. Like, I would definitely move in a way, too. I'm definitely a habitual, like, yo, this is your shit.
Yeah. Like,
let me make sure, but
like,
I'm not entitled to do that.
If I'm DJing a party, right? Like, and like I said, like, I'm still not a household DC DJ name or whatever, which there are. If you know, you know, right?
Change, right?
But I was DJing a party that's like well known, like really dope. I had just last minute someone hit me up like, yo, can you jump on this bill? I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna be there. Like I love this spot and I always want to spin there, so I'm gonna go.
Right.
And like I have like the second set of the night and I'm going in, right, doing my thing.
Right.
And I like checked the story of that the venue.
The venue, yeah.
And they tagged another DJ as me. I'm like, yo. I'm like, huh?
Oh,
but it's like, for one, it's because they don't know me. They don't know me, and I kind of was a last minute.
But why would they assume it's the other person? Like, why would they just assume? Did they know that person?
I mean, because that person's name was on the bill.
Oh, okay.
So they thought whoever
was DJing was that person.
Who wasn't before the people who's everyone knows.
Yeah.
Got to be that guy.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, I wasn't mad about it. I was just like, I just hit him like, yo, that's actually me, right?
Yeah.
But I guess they were like, fuck it, and just deleted the whole thing.
Yeah.
You could have kept it up.
It's
like, I don't mind.
See,
just letting you know, hey, it's
me.
me.
What I see if I'm playing that person, it's like maybe it's like embarrassed, like, oh, like, damn, that's, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of, it's like embarrassing, like, okay, like it's not that person. And then also it's a little more like, okay, what do I re-upload this with the person? Like no one's gonna rewatch the story. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I see that,
and I definitely see it too. That's why,
sometimes like, just edit the post. You just edit.
You can edit post now. You can edit post now. You know what I'm saying? You could do that shit now, but I feel like, well, I feel like you used to not be able to like
You're right.
edit
No,
a
you're
story.
right. Yeah, you're right.
You would have
So
to
it's-
kind of.
My whole point of saying that was like I wasn't like, yo, what the fuck? Like, how you gotta do that?
The
I was
energy
like-
wasn't
like-
combative.
I was just
Yeah,
like,
I
hey, you know,
don't-
that's actually me.
Yeah,
like, you
yeah.
know, like,
Right.
I
But also
appreciate it,
too, you know what's funny is that like through text. You might have
never
you
know.
might have been like,
Yeah.
hey, that's actually me. He might have heard, dog, that's me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Come on, dog, that's me. How could you do? You know what I'm
You never know
saying?
how people perceive shit, right?
Exactly.
He was like, damn.
He's like, it's all right, bro. All right, I'll delete it. All right, it's gone.
So, that was crazy. I was like, damn, yeah.
But you know, I also wanted to ask you about that because you do see these instances, or these parties where there's a lot of DJs on the bill, right? And I've heard in different like instances where DJs will be like mad that you know a DJ like some again like people having certain claims to songs. It's like, why are you like it's like, oh, like how you gonna play all the best songs? It's like how do y'all even how does that even work in y'all world? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if a song is like, you know what I'm saying, if a song is hot, who is the one that gets to play it?
Right,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so this is another thing with being in DJ Twitter is always comes up probably, I swear, weekly, bro.
Yeah.
Someone like, oh, the opener, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So it's the opener DJ thing
Right.
where, you know, if you're first, the supposed rules,
the unwritten rule,
yeah, you know,
unspoken
is
rule.
that you should not be playing the hits, right? You shouldn't be playing songs that like
On the top
are the
100
top
and
new bangers
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
you know, you should be playing during prime time,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And like I understand that sentiment, right? I get it. Like you want to be able to at the peak of the night, 12, 1 a.m., drop that shit that everyone wants to hear.
Okay.
But at the same time, if I'm DJing at 9 o'clock and you don't spend until another 3 hours,
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, whoever was there at 9
It's not there.
Not
is
gonna be
not
there
anymore.
too. Yeah.
Or whoever's there now was not there
With the
that
first
day,
time. Yeah.
right?
Or they
Or-
want to hear that
I'm about to
shit
say,
again.
I want to
Or
hear
they
it
don't care
again.
that you
I want to
ran
hear it
it.
again.
Like,
Like, you know what I'm
like,
saying?
like,
Yeah.
shit,
like
you
run
know?
that shit.
Yeah,
back,
run that
right?
shit back.
'Cause
What are you
I-
talking
no way
about?
is it
You know,
back.
it's a song.
No
Like,
way
you
is
know
it
what I'm
back.
saying? Like,
I think I am honestly one of the. I'm a great opener. I'm a respectful opener.
Right.
Right.
Because you're like, my range deep. Don't worry.
yeah, he's like,
Right.
he's like, oh, I got others. I got
know
others.
the songs y'all gonna play.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know. I'm not
It's
gonna
funny
play
'cause
that.
I've had so many instances, like because I
Even though I
opened
wanted
for
to.
big parties, like
Right.
really big parties with. I've opened for Silva, you know, Quicksilver,
Mhm.
That's tough,
Mhm.
yeah.
and I'm
legend.
DJing, right, and I'm like, all right, I know like not saying I know his set, but like I know the certain songs if I'm doing a certain party that he wants to hit, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hit him.
Right.
I'm gonna hit these other joints, right, and like I'm going off at this R&B joint. I'm
Mhm.
hitting the shit. Like
Right.
people are dancing. Like,
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
I'm doing my job as an opener.
Right.
Like you have to warm this crowd up.
Yeah.
So the next DJ who's coming on, he's another name, Davy J.
Mhm.
He was coming on after me.
Oh, yeah, I know him.
And he was like, "Oh shit!" He was like, "You got him going." He was like, "Bro, you got him rocking right now."
Yeah.
Like,
You got
and
him rocking right
I
now.
love when like that happens. Like,
DJs
instead
say
of
that
you
to
being
you.
upset
Yeah.
that I'm playing like certain good songs. Like
Yeah.
he's like, "Yeah, watch this." Like,
Yeah.
I'm about to fuck it up even more.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, type shit.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro,
yeah.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Like I think there needs to be more of that. Like just damn that he's opening it. He's like really rocking this joint. Like he's dropping shit, right? And if your bag is big enough, it
I was about to
shouldn't be a
say,
problem.
so that basically boils down to like how extensive your personal catalog is, like the
Exactly.
songs that
Like,
you know.
How much music do you
so-
have? Like,
Yeah.
do you really know music to where you're like, oh, he played those, but like, these
But it's
gonna work
interesting though,
still.
because like you can know a lot of music, but that don't mean people in the party know or want to hear like all that music you know. So like how do you
Exactly.
know like what's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Say you're doing an R&B joint. Like, cause the thing about me, I love R&B. You know what I'm saying? I love like I'm listening to John B still. Like I'm listening to fucking
for this
Tevin
instance,
Campbell
it wasn't-
still.
It was an R&B party.
But
Shout out to Anwar Kong because
Yeah.
he does the Basement R&B. One of the
Yeah.
best
One of the
R&B
biggest
parties
joints.
out
Yeah.
here. Like and like big shout out to him first off, man, because that man definitely like was a blessing in like putting me on, and
Yeah.
putting me in the right spaces and giving me gigs. You know, early late like past couple years. So,
That's awesome.
Big bless on that. And yeah, like it's R&B can be very wide and then narrow in the sense of there's so much R&B, but like you're saying, how do you know these certain songs are going to hit?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think honestly, man, there's just that much R&B, like to where from the 90s
Mm-hmm.
to now, 90s, 2000s alone, bro. There's thousands.
There's nostalgia
thousands
banks
of
that
songs.
people have forgotten.
Yeah.
They really have
Yeah,
forgotten.
and then
It's like,
there's
yo,
the
bro, I
songs
will
that, like,
bring you back.
The B-sides. There's
Yep.
the B-sides that people love, right? That
Right.
never got the radio play.
Right.
But that if you know it was a
deep
hit
cuts.
amongst the
Amongst
people,
them.
Yeah.
Yep.
it's gonna ring off. Like,
Yeah,
as soon
yeah.
as you play
Play
it.
real
So,
music heads though.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like really what it is. Like being able to know certain B-side songs that didn't hit the radio, but like were like top 100 to us. You feel?
It's
like,
funny
like,
because, but that's kind of the point that I'm trying to make. Where like when I said I love R&B, it's like I know I got R&B songs that I fuck with, right? I know word for word, but I don't know if I were to play them at a party, they would like hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I'm saying. It's like you can know, like, you know what I'm saying? You can know a bunch of songs, you can know the B-sides and all that stuff, but how do you know, or you don't know, you just try it.
Can I add to that
Yeah, go
question
ahead,
too?
please.
Like to add to that, I want to know. Yeah, I was thinking earlier as well too. Because sometimes I like to think like how like even record labels or A&R, like when people go about picking music, there's the music that you enjoy personally versus I'm going to do a set and now maybe what I like now it's
It doesn't
varied.
matter.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter
yeah.
what I like personally. So
It's for the
how different is that, like in terms of what your listening interests are as opposed to what you tend to be playing at the events that you go to?
Yeah. So I mean, for example, if I'm gonna do like tomorrow, right? I have a gig and it's a spot that isn't really a place where I know I can get off a lot of my trap, rap, Afro beats, like what I really want to play. Like I know I can't get that much off. So because I know I'm playing for what this sea of people want to hear, right? And it's a tough battle as a DJ because I might not like this song at all. I might never listen to it on my own. Nothing like, but I know this sea of people are gonna jam to this joint. Like they love this, so I'm gonna play it. Like it's a tough battle between integrity, artistry, and enjoyment.
Yeah.
Like you got to be able to bring it all together.
Do you ever take risks?
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
like,
And
like
that's what I was gonna say,
what are
like,
those where it's
I
like,
take-
are they gonna?
I take a risk
don't know,
sometimes,
but
and I
fuck it.
throw in like I'll throw in something that I'm like, I don't know, but I'm gonna do it.
Right.
And how long do you give it? Do you give it like
man, I don't give it
a
too long.
minute?
I
Yeah,
give it
yeah.
like-
You can sense if
Yeah,
motherfuckers
you
want to
can
hear
sense-
it or not.
Yeah, I'll give it like at max a minute. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Which is why, you, like,
Good
as a
or
DJ,
bad,
you
just
ha-
to be like, I got it.
Yeah,
You gotta have something next.
Right. Yeah, you gotta have something ready. But like, if it's working, I'll let it ride out.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? But like, that's the tough thing with being a DJ too. Is like, you gotta be ready. Like, and then, like people don't understand. Like, they think DJs are up there pushing buttons. Like, nah, bro. Like, if you really are a
You're
DJ
trying to
who
be a
wants,
great
like,
DJ.
who really wants
Yeah.
people to be enjoying
Right.
their time,
Mm-hmm.
you are thinking 2-3 songs ahead every time. Like, all right, I'm gonna do this. This is next, and this is next. Like, you gotta be ready, bro. Like, I had a funny little quick convo with a DJ about like going to the bathroom. Like, you gotta find a song that's long enough, but that works, right? So
Like that always works type shit.
that always works,
Yeah.
but it's long enough,
Yeah.
so that you can
Right.
get to the bathroom in time.
I'm weak.
And then also have something ready in case you don't get there in time.
To
And then just run into it, or you got
Right.
30 seconds left. All right, bet the song's already ready, so I could just clink as soon as you know.
Right.
So
and go through. Right.
yeah, I think it's definitely like it's tough sometimes, man, because I know you got to really be able to just read the room.
Yeah.
Like, I do a lot of residencies now where I'm not in the place where I know like I could play a lot of Cardi, I could play a lot of trap, I could play Uzi, like I could play a lot of that shit. Like when I started out in Velvet, like my bag was very extensive because I knew how much underground shit I could play. I could play Water, I could play all these jams, but like going to certain residencies where I know the demographic is not nearly as much.
Hey,
They don't want to hear those.
Like, be honest,
songs.
like when you like, if you like, do you go to like a white event and be like, "Yo, I got my good trusty playlist right here. I don't even gotta like touch it. I'm a boom." Or like any event where it's like, "Yo, I don't even need to touch
Yeah,
it."
it's like an
This-
automatic.
or a wedding. It's like
So,
It's,
this going.
it's automatic set
So
list type
I
of
would
vibe.
I would say honestly, I think
Template.
with me jumping into the corporate world of like doing a lot of weddings,
Mhm.
it has honestly also opened up my bag to where I do know like, all right, this venue that may be more white, I got it. Like,
Right.
I know what I got.
Right.
I can play it. Like,
Mhm.
it's not a problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's funny because a lot of people like when you do like DJ more and like for longer sets, and you're like, man, you got a 4-hour set, right? There is a way, but at times there's gonna be waves where like it's just a little more chill, right? But there's waves of like at least 30, 40 minutes where like everyone's just rocking the whole time. And then you might have a little downtime. But that's up to the DJ. Like if he wants to spread out the hits, or if you're about to just
concentrate on
like bang, 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 bang. Like if I'm doing a long set, I'm gonna spread it out, but I'm gonna fill it in with shit that is still make
you know when it be that bang 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 when it's time to dance at the wedding reception. That be a bang 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 bang. You know, banger banger banger.
And that's when first of all that's when that's what I'm saying. It's banger after banger, and that's when it's the most hype. You know what I'm saying? And then when people are like, you know what I'm saying, getting their food, finding their seats, all that kind of shit, it don't need to be that hype. You know what I'm saying? It don't even make sense.
You can 100% have banger after banger for 4 hours. Like for sure. But that comes with usually having a room full of people that like really just love music. You know what I mean? And that's like really what I'm trying to cultivate and like find within my Sing Sounds party is just like, yo, if y'all love music, man, like just go on this ride. Like,
just trust me.
Just trust me.
It's like being on a plane. Just get on the plane, buckle your seatbelt.
It's gonna sound good.
Yeah,
that's my whole thing. It's like people always complain about certain genres. I'm like, bro, but like, does it feel good? Does it sound good?
You know that's actually. I love that you brought that up because literally when Brooke was asking about like when say you're playing for like a white party or something like that, I'd be like, dog, like if you stick around long enough, like there's a lot of bangers in there. Like there's a lot of like quote unquote like white songs, like pop songs or country songs or whatever the fuck that I love just from being in those spaces. When I used to work in retail, when I used to work at Forever 21, they play songs in there that I'm like, these are songs that I still love to these. Like if I remember it like just in passing, whatever, I'm like, I gotta go on YouTube and find this song because like I love this song.
Like, hey now, come on now,
go.
Like if you're in the song,
oh weak, no facts. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them, bro. Like there's a lot of them. That motherfucking who was it? Alien Ant Farm that redid the Smooth Criminal. The Smooth Criminal
movies.
There's so many. But even to this day, like I was for whatever reason, I think I was in the middle of a conversation about Taylor Swift the other day, and I was like, dog, like Taylor Swift even got like some joints. She's got some joints that are bangers, bro. Like she got some joints. You know what I'm saying?
She do. It's unfortunate because sometimes I'm
asleep.
You sleep on Taylor?
I know she's. I've heard her.
You've heard some joints, dog.
No, I've heard her prowess of a songwriter.
Oh, you've heard it. But you never heard a song.
Nah.
Never heard of Taylor Swift?
If I heard it, I'd be like, oh, is this her? I don't know.
I used to hear them in when I was working in Forever 21, I used to hear them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, this is a little and I don't even know it's her until like I know it's her. Yep. You know what I'm saying? I'm just rocking to the song and somebody tells me, oh, it's Taylor Swift. I'm like, oh, crazy. Right. You know what I'm saying?
But I wanted to before we wrap up, just briefly, I wanted to get into, real quick, what you got going, with the Adam Basil brand as well, too, man.
Sure,
like, if there's anything that you can update us on things coming out. I seen them bags, some sneak peeks at some bags. I think you dropped some actually a couple weeks ago.
So we, our most recent drop, we had our new products. We got a beautiful, man, like one of the coolest designs I think we've put out, right, is our straw bag. And it's pretty much like a upside down hat. Straw hat, but it's a bag.
I've seen that.
Interesting.
Very cool. It was very cool.
Like, really love that bag, man. Sold out of that, so that's a blessing. We appreciate y'all support.
Yeah, I need to see that after this. It's so crazy. Like this conversation. I don't mean to cut you off, but it's just interesting because I haven't seen it because I haven't been on social media. I haven't been on Instagram in like been on 4 months. Hiatus, it's not even a hiatus. I'm just it's funny. I got locked out of my account, and this time I was just like, I'm okay. I'm not trying to get it back. I'm just like, I'm okay. Like, let me see how long I can just be okay. And I literally have not thought about it. But this conversation is probably the one that I've had in the last like 4 months that I'm just like, damn, like I didn't see that. Like when you said the Foggy Raw thing, I'm like, damn, I didn't see that. Like, damn, like what are y'all talking about? Like this is the one conversation that I'm like, damn, I don't know what y'all are talking about. And then with the Adam Basil shit, exactly. So like when you're talking about this new bag, I'm like, damn, like I thought I knew what y'all were doing. But okay, man, but that's good though, because y'all just came out with something.
Yeah, so we came out with that, and then we came out with the Nadia Micro Mini. So we already had a Nadia but we came up with the micro joint. So it's a little smaller, more compact. We got white, blue, red, navy blue. And it's really dope, man. Everything's been going well. We do have some things in the works.
Okay.
We got, I ain't gonna say too much.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? We got something coming
Still
for the
got my
fall.
wallet to this day.
So do I.
Unison.
So do I.
Still got my
Bro,
wallet, man.
I got my little card holder. I was gonna say like anything for men's coming up soon, or it's still more shorty shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, that's what like. You know what? Like a lot of people have been like asking about the shoes, so like that's something we've been considering too. Like, man, we should probably bring them joints back out. So, our boy Bisa, you know, we got a lot to talk about. We got something coming for the.
I don't think he's been on this show. Has he?
He has
He is not. We gotta bring him on. He was on my joint, what I was doing before, but we gotta bring it back on. And it's funny. I saw Marco in the in Giant like a month ago. Like, I saw him in Giant like a month ago. Yeah, that was cool catching up with him.
I definitely wanted to also, you know, it's kind of funny. I hope you don't view this as a bad note to end the show, but how about the Falcons, man?
I was literally gonna say that. I was literally gonna say that. Like, not even on not a bad note, but just like, what's the vibes? Like, how? Like, no, it's not a bad note because what are they? 1-2, 2-2.
The defense in Bijan. You know,
he was shitting on Ritter the other day.
I'm sure. I am. I get it, bro.
I stand on that.
But look, when I tell you that I still believe in Ritter, because I have this conversation a lot. Just check me.
This is his rookie year, isn't it?
Technically, bro.
Oh, he was there last year.
He was there last year, but he got 4 snaps last year.
Right,
okay.
You feel me? Like,
but he's not a rookie.
Mariota's
we can't say technically a rookie because
he looked like another Mariota.
Rookie.
Because when Joe Burrow was a rookie, he lost that year. He came back looking like the man.
Listen, you cannot look like another Mariota in your second season. Mariota is a veteran.
Yeah. Mariota's in his 8th season looking like a rookie.
Playing like a rookie.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. I think the problem is with the Falcons and a lot of teams, period, people, fans, casuals as they call them.
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't never really played football, I'm gonna call you a casual. No offense, bro.
No, he good. Hey, because in basketball, and I'll
you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't play ball, so it's different. Like,
but I want to hear where you're going with this because I do feel like you don't have to play football to like analyze it,
man. Because sometimes,
but I want to hear where you're going with this.
Never played, who are like, oh,
he's trash.
I love that. Yeah,
he needs to be doing X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
He's not doing this. He's not doing that. I'm like, yo, you want a quarterback, right? To come in and just immediately be great. There's not many of that.
I don't think it
doesn't happen much.
I do think
it don't happen.
I do think the standard has been set crazy. Like literally year after year, we're seeing this new culture, teams trading so much to get the quarterback, and not a lot of them do not hit.
There's not enough quarterbacks.
Baker's balling because he's playing for his life.
There's not enough quarterbacks
right now.
He is.
He knows he's done if he can do something.
No, big facts. Big facts.
Daniel Jones got a bag. What's he doing?
No, nothing.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
No, that's big facts.
Yeah,
that's big facts, bro. The thing about it's kind of what I think you were saying, but maybe I'll add too is like there's not enough emphasis on like developing quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Like you draft them in the first round and they're playing that year. Yeah. Like Jordan Love was the only quarterback that's actually been developed in the last like 10 years. Like since Aaron Rodgers even, you know what I'm saying?
And it's literally them that keep doing it like that.
Even a nigga like Trey Lance. Shout out to Brock Purdy because Brock Purdy, like he's an anomaly in the sense that like he's killing. No, yeah, he's killing. But to your point, because you said, what do you expect a quarterback to just come in and be great? I think that is what people expect. But it is a problem. But I feel like to a degree, it's not like you have to be great, but you have to show signs.
Yeah.
Look at a guy like Justin Fields. Fields, he's on a terrible team, but he shows signs that's like, yo, like he could be a good quarterback.
He does.
You know what I'm saying?
But also, this is a team that's giving him a chance to show it, right?
The Falcons are giving Ritter a chance
right now, but I also feel like the fans are not. And that could be the
we heard rumblings the last week after he threw that he had 2 picks last week after he threw that second pick or first half they were talking about I bring Heineke but
that's not the answer.
Heineke it's not the answer but like I honestly thought I didn't think Heineke was gonna come in there and back up Desmond Ritter. I didn't know. I mean maybe that's why they brought him in, but when I heard like that's where he went, I'm like, okay, I thought they still had Mariota. I'm like, they're gonna fight for the starting position there.
Who is Taylor Heineke to come into a team and just start?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying battle for it.
Oh,
battle for it.
No,
I get that, right? And I
QB
feel
battle.
like he probably still did battle, but they knew who they wanted to go with, right? When it comes to Desmond Ridder, our offensive line is trash.
right.
All right. If you don't have more than 3 seconds to throw the ball, bro, it's not easy to be successful.
Even if you're a good
gotta be
quarterback.
real.
Yeah.
Even if you're a good quarterback.
I.e. Burrow.
And I want to even talk about exactly. And we're seeing like that shit. You can't keep beating that shit,
bro. Like,
exactly.
I mean, speak. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say too, because like when you mentioned Brock Purdy, that is an example of when somebody comes into a position where everybody around you is getting
Everybody around you is good.
Everything is set.
Everything's set for you.
All you gotta do is just
Play.
play.
You gotta play football. You
We're
gotta
not
play
relying on you
football.
to beat a man and
Yeah.
like under the last season is under the radar in terms of consistency, but now as we see in the start, it's like, oh bro, it's like
He's doing
But
right.
he didn't
firing
lose
on
a
all
game last
cylinders,
year,
right.
except for the one he got hurt.
No, 100%. So like even when people will try to use like the Purdy as a model, not saying you were, just like in general, like when people try to use him as the models, like he got everything set for him, whereas opposed to like, and now even Trevor Lawrence, you're starting to see they're starting to get some semblance of something. It's starting to grow.
They're growing.
You know, right?
They're growing.
Exactly.
And I think the Falcons, honestly, we've been trying to get our defense right for a long time. We finally got that going.
I said defense is looking okay. Looking
doing
okay.
their job now, right?
Right.
The problem is we needed a quarterback, okay? But we also need an O-line. Like I feel like we have a decent quarterback, but we need somebody to protect that man. We got the offensive pieces, but like
in this league, until you get an old line for real, it's kind of
You're done. You're done. Did y'all see?
Like Zach
Did y'all see the Monday night game?
They like, yo, Zach, like he actually just had a good last game, but they're like, before that, it's like, yo, bro, there's everything set here
for you. Just
and
play.
you just shitting
he
it
sucks.
up. So like,
But he sucks.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
think he sucks though.
I think he sucks. Why don't you think he sucks?
last game was all right.
Last game was all right, bruh. Come on, you got one game in the sea of.
This week, all right. If he shits the bed this week, then okay, maybe
It is. I feel you. I feel you. Keep it up.
I mean, you didn't watch him last year. Like you didn't watch him last year.
Last year at all. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like he sucked last year too. This is not like
I also think he had no confidence.
he was a first round pick. You know what I'm saying? He's been given every opportunity. It wasn't like Aaron Rodgers got hurt and now like he's getting his chance.
Right.
No, like he had to.
He is literally the worst quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
But
Out of 32, he's 32. He's got to be.
Hey,
Daniel Jones probably 31.
I'll say
They
this.
had
Look,
the
man.
chart today.
But as far as like Daniel Jones, like this nigga got sacked 11 times last on Monday. Just to your point, like we're seeing a lot of like trash offensive lines get exposed. Motherfucking Khalil Mack. I think where does he play now? This nigga had 6 sacks last week.
Not him.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I know.
But
And that Saquon shit is overhyped. I'm sorry.
Saquon Barkley overhyped?
Yeah, in terms of Saquon is a beast, but like
when he plays.
Exactly, and that shit is a real question because like the way where they drafted him, it's just kind of like damn. Bro.
What was it like top 5, right?
Yes, it's kind of like yo, bro. We could have got a running back that probably would have been more available
in the 4th round.
In
the 4th round.
Fucking. I don't know who went that year, but it's like Daniel.
Prone, man.
Yeah, bro, it sucks. But it's like you looking at a dude like Christian McCaffrey, you're like, dog, damn, bro. Like, and I think Giants are also like,
What you mean, damn?
Because he goes off.
Because he goes.
Yeah. But he do deal with his injuries too. Injuries are a hard thing, man. Like they're a hard
I
thing.
feel like what do you have last year? Like a shoulder or something?
If I'm Saquon,
McCaffrey,
if I'm Saquon after the year, I'm going somewhere
like
where
all
it's like
Saquon's
instead of
problems
it's me, it's really me. We're saying Daniel Jones, like, bro, up to you. Like, bro, this shit's not about to happen at all.
Yeah.
The whole team relies on Saquon to like drive the shit.
Yeah.
And if I'm a running back,
And you're saying that's not a position you want to be in.
Nah, not at all.
Yeah.
No, it's not easy.
Are running backs ever gonna get like good money again?
I don't think so, bro. I don't think so.
It depends. I feel like
They said. I think I saw something that said. I think I saw a debate. I saw a debate saying that like you basically got to be a McCaffrey if you want to get any kind of like value as a running back. You got to be able to catch the ball.
100%. You better catch.
Bijan Robinson is nice, actually. That's what I was gonna say about the Falcons. He is nice, bro. I like watching him play. Like I never really watched Falcons games last year.
He got there.
I mean, I like for what week 1. I bet on the Packers. I bet on the Packers. So I was watching that game when the Packers were playing the Falcons. So I was watching that game like, oh, Bijan's nice. And then last week they were the early game, like 9 o'clock in the morning or some shit. So I was watching that game. And I'm like, oh, this nigga is really nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's really nice.
Really good at football.
Yeah.
Especially running back.
Yeah, and as a rookie, that like when you see rookies that come in and like they just know the game, like they just pick up right where they left off in college, that's a great sign. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I'm happy with where we're going.
Yeah. So you like with 2-2. It's still early. I feel like this is the part of the season though. This is the part of the season where like you got to get your cheap wins.
We don't get over
the Falcons. I'm about to say the Falcons can go. The Falcons can be 2-2 right now. Finish the season 4-10 or 4-12. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's very possible.
I don't know what the schedule looks like, but I don't know what the schedule. But like early in the season, it's so easy to like rack up cheap wins.
I mean, how you feel about Howell?
Oh, I love what I see out of Howell right now. I'm not going. Okay, I think we talked about this last week or maybe the week before, but I'm not going to size it too much. But I love how he bounced back after a terrible showing at, in Buffalo. Bounced back this week. Even the week before that, when they came back to beat the Broncos, I was telling Brooke like he made some like throws that I'm like. That's a good quarterback right there. You know what I'm saying? And then watching in the Philly game, making good plays. You know what I'm saying? Doing things that are smart, good throws, good plays. That's really all you can ask for out of a quarterback that you had no expectations out of.
Getting the dub tonight.
Oh, we should definitely beat the Bears. We should definitely beat the Bears.
Just spank them.
We should. I don't know about spank.
I think you should.
The Bears are the Bears are a trash team, but they're formidable, bro. Like the same team. Oh, did they lose to the Broncos? I think they lost to the Broncos by 3 points.
1 point.
Their offense could do something.
Their offense could do some things. Their defense is trash, but our defense is our strong spot, and our offense is it's subpar. It's okay. I feel like our offense is cool. That's why I feel like we should beat them. Who? Yeah, Brian Robinson is another monster. Brian Robinson, Antonio Gibson. I saw him returning kicks last week. You know what I'm saying? But you got Jahan Dotson. You got Terry McLaurin is going crazy. I feel like Terry McLaurin is Terry McLaurin's really like top 10 receiver in the league, bro. Like it's really crazy. We got a top 10 receiver. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would even say like Ohio State. I would even say like top 8, top 7. Like he's really tough. No.
Top 10.
He said you had it right the first time. Tell me 9 wide receivers that are better than Terry McLaurin. I'll give you Tyreek Hill. I'll give you Jefferson. I'll give you Devontae.
I mean, I'll give you like the low key ones.
Yeah.
I think Keenan Allen.
Okay. Keenan Allen. Okay. He's playing with a better quarterback, but okay.
Yep. Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase is playing with a better quarterback. Yeah. These are guys that are playing with great quarterbacks.
Oh yes, Diggs. Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
Slow your roll.
Mike Evans is more. Mike Evans is more of a big guy.
I do not like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers,
but Mike Evans is like a big guy.
Mike Evans has the numbers.
Do you see how?
Consistent? There you go.
I think he's the most inconsistent Bama in the receiving core. Period. And I know God.
You said you should know that.
Godwin a dog though. Yeah.
Okay, I'll put Godwin.
Godwin over McLaurin.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, man. I've seen McLaurin, especially even this year. I've seen him do some crazy things. Like maybe not numbers wise, but again, we're not a pass first team. But from a playmaking standpoint, from like an actual tough, he had a tough catch in the Eagles game.
Devontae Adams.
Yeah. Devontae. Yeah.
There might be 10 guys.
There might be 10 guys better than McLaurin.
Yeah.
I mean, he got top 10 money. He got top 10 money. He did. He got a bag, I think, last year.
True. Or he's 10.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp is hurt.
Cooper Kupp.
He hasn't played all year.
Yo, Luka Pakua.
Oh no! Stop it! He said he took his place. He just filled him right in. That motherfucker had 1 or 2 good. No, I think he actually. He broke the record for most catches in the first Yeah. But again, you're talking about guys that are playing with great quarterbacks though. Stafford, a great quarterback.
Situation.
Yeah. If McLaurin was playing with Stafford, he put up crazy numbers too. If McLaurin was playing with Herbert, he put up crazy numbers too. Maybe not Baker, but like,
QB so far?
Bruh,
he's had like 4.
Heineke, motherfucking, who was
Alex there?
Alex Smith, maybe. But who did Heineke replaced somebody last year? Wentz. Fucking Wentz, bro. We haven't had nobody for him. But yeah, man, we'll see what happens this weekend. Who are the Falcons playing? Oh no, they're on a bye, right?
No. We play
Seattle.
Damn. We play a team we should beat. Can't remember. It is what it is.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. Commanders play tonight.
Okay. I didn't check
Commanders play tonight. I think they win that. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But John, it was good having you back,
For
bro.
sure,
Good
man.
talking to you. It's been a minute.
Sure.
It's great chopping up. Let people know, you know what I'm saying, where to keep up with you and, you know, things that you got going on as far as like upcoming events or anything like that. Anything you want to plug, this is the time to do it.
Oh, for sure, man. You know, you can follow me on Instagram at It's Bospy. That's ITSBASPY. You said it again. BASPY.
When people mess it up with something.
PSY.
PSY.
A lot of people think my name is Bopsy.
Popsy.
Not it. I get it. It's an easy slip up. Please. Or you can follow the company page at Benefactor Events. You know what I'm saying? Some things I got coming up. Let's see. I got a lot of weddings, of course.
Right.
A lot of weddings every weekend.
People can't just pull up to that, though.
It's funny,
Invite only.
I had friends be like, yo, let me crash, yo. I'm like, yo, let me crash that joint. I'm like, you know what? If you like come with me,
you can hang. You can hang out.
You can't just pull up. You're like, yo, who is that?
Pull up at the reception, like.
Right.
But yeah, man, nothing yet, you know, as of like events outside of like, you know, just corporate stuff.
Okay.
Really.
For sure.
You could
It's got to follow you to
pull up on me tonight, I guess.
Yeah.
Friday night.
Yeah.
I'll be at Mission Navy Yard, turning that up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So be ready to hear a lot of, you know, Miley Cyrus and shit like that.
Oh, hey.
Yo.
Did Miley got any boppers right now?
Yeah,
The last joint she had was 23. What was that? What was that joint? Mike Will made it.
Yeah, with Wiz and Mike Will made
Yeah.
it. But nah, she got the chill white girl bop right now called Flowers. They love that song.
Okay.
Oh, bet.
He said they love that song. So. It is what it is. I'm weak. But yeah, man, again, bro, can't overstate how much it's dope to have you back in here. And
Appreciate y'all, man.
yeah, man, we'll see y'all next time on Early.
A little early.
Early.